Now next, as the finance industry has become increasingly digitized, risks to consumers' data have increased, as have the number of threats the UK is exposed to. So what is the role of regulation in protecting both the public and our critical infrastructure from threats, while ensuring that our FinTech sector continues to innovate and thrive? Well, when you're all settled to tell us, please welcome Jessica Rusu, Chief Data Information and Intelligence Officer with the FCA.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you I haven't met, I am Jessica Rusu. I am the Chief Data Information and Intelligence Officer at the Financial Conduct Authority. I wear both the CDO and CIO hats, so you will hear me speaking to you today with that sort of enthusiasm for all things data, tech, and AI. This is actually my second time here at the IFGS, and I am delighted to be here. It's a privilege, really, to have the opportunity to share my thoughts on the future of financial regulation and share my passions with you. In the past few months, we've seen several significant market events, from the collapse of FTX, Silicon Valley Bank, and Credit Suisse, to several very significant moments in tech, with the release of ChatGPT, the clampdown on TikTok, and most recently, the UK government white paper on artificial intelligence. The use of data and tech continues to transform financial services. The FCA is transforming too. We are working intensely to leverage data and innovation to protect consumers, enable growth, and transform our operations. Today, I want to address a few questions I am frequently asked about. The first is reducing firm burden. What are we doing to make it easier for regulated entities to compete and grow in the UK market? The second is on interoperability. What are we doing to align with other domestic and global regulators? And the third on data. What are we doing to exploit the masses of data we collect, as well as the publicly available data sources? As a tech leader, I am convinced more than ever before that the answers to these questions rest with innovation, AI, and digitally enabled regulation. When I took this role nearly 2 years ago, FCA Innovation was already a globally recognized leader in this space. The number of global regulators that come to visit me in Stratford to understand how the FCA is leading in this space really hasn't slowed down, and we are not resting on our laurels either. In the past 2 years, we have completely refreshed our innovation program, doubling the volume of tech sprints, introducing policy sprints, such as the crypto and open finance policy sprints, as well as launching a completely new innovation pathways service. These initiatives combine collaboration, technical expertise, diversity of participants, and innovative methods, such as synthetic data, to answer complex technical and policy questions quickly. Last year, at this event, I announced the APP, Advanced Push Payment Prod Tech Sprint. I'm pleased to report that the groundbreaking use of synthetic data in the identification of methods to detect this kind of fraud resulted in 40% of the SME participants either launching their product, securing partnerships or funding, and several SMEs were nominated for industry awards. We have seen many successful new firm entrants with innovation pathways, supported by the FCA's tailored regulatory guidance. Successful graduates of these programs are off-ramped into the FCA's early and high-growth oversight function, and many of these newly regulated entities are delivering really positive consumer outcomes throughout the financial service market. The FCA Innovation Services is not just about growth. We're also working to help consumers with cost of living increases. Our upcoming Working with Fair for All finance and industry practitioners will focus on sustainable and affordable credit providers. We're also turning the tech sprint model inwards on ourselves. At the end of March, we ran a fully internal social media tech sprint, and within 2 weeks, we built 10 proofs of concept models for the identification of online sludge practices, FinProm scans, greenwashing, and more. This year, at Innovate Finance Global Summit 2023, I am very pleased to announce the creation of a permanent digital sandbox service. What is in the digital sandbox? Synthetic data, transaction and market data, such as that used in the push payment fraud tech sprint, combined with over 200 data sets. We have payments, transactions data, investment data, company house data, consumer data, including credit data, COVID data, and much, much more. We're also crowdsourcing data, enabling an open API marketplace, giving access to other FinTech data sets, with over 1,000 APIs already onboarded. We have a solutions development, prototyping, and test environment in the digital sandbox, and we give direct access to academics, other government bodies, VCs, and charities. From this summer, the FCA Digital Sandbox will expand to support a broader range of investors. It will be available even for applicants outside or after specific tech sprint activities. The FCA benefits from supporting this innovation by promoting solutions to complex regulatory challenges like APP fraud, greenwashing, and scam detection. One of the primary reasons we invest in tech and innovation is to better support the firms we regulate. The FCA's digital transformation programs are centered on driving efficiencies, better outcomes, and reducing the regulatory burden for firms. Let me give you 2 examples. First, we are working to simplify the regulatory journey. If you don't know how to engage with innovation services and can't remember any of the tech talk here today, we've made it simple. We're providing a single point of entry through our digital front door, designed to create a seamless firm experience. Simply tell us a few things about what you want to achieve. We'll triage and ensure you receive the right innovation service for you. To support this, we've introduced a number of digital tools behind the scenes, including decision trees, FAQ digital assistants to match firms with the most appropriate service for their needs, and to provide additional guidance to help answer any further questions. Please see our FCA Innovation website for more details. Secondly, our vision for the digital front door doesn't stop there. It continues and goes much, much further, including numerous tech and data initiatives, such as digitizing our forms at the gateway, building firm portals within RegData, revamping our website, and evolving our data processing power to simplify the way firms submit data to us. UX continues to be a major focus of our work, and based on user feedback, we've streamlined our sandbox and innovation pathways, application forms, to provide a much more user-friendly journey. We've also held several significant Transforming Data Collections events. This is a joint initiative with the Bank of England focused on reducing firm regulatory burden. This initiative is already delivering results. In January, we launched intuitive form design for consumer credit forms, submitted annually by over 20,000 firms. So they're now easier to use, more helpful, and include validations to support high-quality data submissions. We've also introduced predictive analytics to reduce late firm submissions, helping firms submit data to us on time and reducing late fees for these firms. Coming to the point about interoperability, the work of the FCA goes beyond domestic applications and includes extensive collaboration with our international counterparts. The Global Financial Innovation Network, or GFIN, was launched in 2019 by a group of 23 regulators, committed to helping innovative firms find more efficient ways to interact with regulators across borders. Since then, GFIN has grown to now over 80 international organizations. In 2021, GFIN identified 3 key areas of focus. These were ESG, artificial intelligence, and crypto. These are global challenges, and they require global solutions. And as a collective, GFIN is very well positioned to bring together the required expertise and collaboration to address these issues. In line with these commitments, I am pleased to announce today that the FCA will be hosting a world-first global tech sprint with our GFIN partners in support of greenwashing, So today, April 17th, we are officially open for applications for the GFIN Greenwashing Tech Sprint, a 3-month global event bringing together tech experts, firms, and an international group of regulators to address these issues related to greenwashing. We are laser focused on this topic because as the demand for ESG-related products and services continues to grow, so does the risk of firms potentially overstating their sustainability credentials to attract consumers and investors. We want to ensure that consumers have access to genuinely green or sustainable financial products and services. This virtual tech sprint will run on the FCA Digital Sandbox, leveraging our synthetic data testing platform at scale, and it's currently the only regulatory platform to host real synthetic data sets for product development. We are now inviting participants, so if any of you are interested in collaborating with us on this, please visit our site. So how does the FCA endeavor to share our information and data with consumers? The rate of consumer investment scams hasn't slowed down. The FCA has done a lot to promote our Scam Smart campaign and is encouraging consumers to check the FCA register to ensure that a firm or investment they are considering is legit. More simply, the register is like a VIP list, which includes roughly 50,000 firms. If a firm or activity isn't on it, it's unregulated and buyer beware. In May, we'll be hosting a tech sprint focusing on the FCA Financial Services Register. The ambition for this tech sprint is to explore innovative ways that register data can be harnessed by third parties, such as comparison websites, to enable more consumers to access and use this information proactively ahead of making investment decisions. We are also looking at tech solutions to minimize this halo effect, which happens when a firm that is authorized engages in unregulated activities. And these tactics make authorized firms or investment activities seem more trustworthy than they really might be. More details on how to join this tech sprint will be up soon. In addition to providing innovation firm support, tech sprints, and supporting international regulatory collaboration, we're continuing to progress our work on artificial intelligence. The FCA has carried out extensive work to understand AI and consider its regulatory implications, as well as using AI methods to identify bad actors. The government's recently published AI white paper includes feedback from the industry, outlining a sectoral and pro-innovation approach. We are collaborating with the DRCF, the Digital Regulation Cooperation Forum, and working through what the appropriate framework for artificial intelligence in financial services could look like. In many ways, AI sits at the core of innovation and underpins many new and transformed business models. The opportunities for AI are enormous, particularly when combined with quantum computing. But the risks require careful consideration, including data bias, model risk, as well as outcomes-based monitoring implications. The use of synthetic data and other privacy-enhancing technologies provides a useful way to perform data mining and build advanced models whilst protecting sensitive information. I'd like to thank our newly created Synthetic Data Expert Advisory Group, who have been instrumental in helping us create a framework for collaboration across industry, regulators, academia, and wider data experts. The FCA strategy to become a data-led regulator is centered on making better use of data to spot and stop harm faster. This is essentially about exploiting data to deliver connected intelligence. The FCA has a big data challenge and is continuing to optimize how we collect, store, and exploit this data. We have seen a 200% rise in the volume of data we process for investigations, including through encrypted channels such as WhatsApp. We process over 1 billion transactions every month in market oversight. Enforcement teams sift through millions of legal records. We process reg returns for over 53,000 firms throughout the year, with approximately 60,000 records submitted in 2022. We supplement this with publicly available information, for example, from the Companies House, or insights driven from social media, as well as more specific data that we collect directly from firms or that is shared through our regulatory partners, such as the PRA, Financial Ombudsman Service, or Citizens Advice. We have improved our capability to spot harm utilizing web scraping techniques, and we scan approximately 100,000 websites every day. Our data pipelines provide daily updates to the FCA data lake, and we deliver 100,000 record updates per day. As the FCA becomes a more proactive, forward-looking regulator, the need to continue to invest in our people, technology, intelligence, and innovation services is underpinned by a successful data strategy. Returning to our focus today on financial innovation, I want to leave you with just a few thoughts. Never before have we seen so clearly the convergence in finance, tech, innovation, and AI as we have seen these past few months. Advances in tech, changes in consumer behavior, and macro shifts in market stability mean that regulators must keep pace with these changes, fighting fire, with the rapid changes in technology and game-changing innovations such as ChatGPT. We know we can't rest. We need to keep up the pace. Now more than ever, firms need regulators to embrace innovation and lead from the front. The FCA data, technology, and innovation teams are playing a vital role in keeping our dynamic financial service industry safe and adaptive to the future of finance, ensuring the UK maintains its position as a preeminent financial center. Increasing international competitiveness and growth is about creating the right conditions for firms to innovate and invest, leading to a productive, open economy that can compete with other economies for growth and opportunities. So my final announcement for you today is our commitment, my commitment, to keep protecting consumers, to keep collaborating with a diverse set of stakeholders as we have here today, to keep supporting firms, and to keep providing an environment to enable innovation, competitiveness, and growth in an increasingly global, tech-driven, and most of all, exciting market. Thank you very much.